got some bees there that we're helping with. Chuck's got 4 big hives and 1 small one here at this little farmhouse that he's slowly restoring. It's quite a little site. So we're gonna swing in here and check it out. I got JC along. We got the roosters watching us. They're behind the chicken wire. Bees don't seem to go in there. We got 4 hives over here. A little bit of minimal activity in the middle too, and then we got a split way over there. So we're gonna see what's going on in here today. I'm gonna put this camera in the shade. And just, you can watch from afar. So I'm gonna do a little voiceover during this video. Consider it the director's cut, but I'm a little far from the camera and it's hard to hear me speak, so. Okay, we're off to a good start. Got one right. So, yeah, you're good.
I hope I've got
By the way,
all areas.
that is the whitest it will ever be.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here. I just got these pants and they're already turning gray.
Well, hopefully I can get it put on a little faster next time, but for the first time I wanted to make sure I had everything covered.
You know, the main thing is there's just a part up here. You don't want to fall in that. So this is actually... So I'm just explaining to Chuck that one of the most important things to make sure is zipped up is where his hood meets the coveralls in the front, where the 3 zippers come together. And also just a little bit about his comb. These were custom built frames and they used fish line to allow the bees to build. So they've done a pretty good job, but part of the issue here is these hives aren't very level. So the bees have built kind of off the frame and it is a little wonky. So that's what I'm explaining. And we're just talking about ways to correct that. The good news is there's a lot of honey in these hives, so we'll be able to take those and extract some of this. Not too much.
It looks like it's capped.
So here's what I wouldn't take. It's super heavy. So like still kind of cap. And same in the middle there. You really are not quite going to manufacture. So the advice I'm giving Chuck here is that if less than 90% of the frame is capped, then you should probably hold off on taking that honey. So, and he agrees, so we decided to put this one back because it wasn't quite ready. Looking that side, pretty close.
Still capping?
Yeah, we got a little while on here.
All right.
We got more to go.
Oh, sure, right.
One of the observations that Chuck made was that the second and third hives, so the one I'm looking at now and the one behind me, didn't have much landing board activity. So we're going to get in there and actually see what's going on. So this one had very little landing board this is the one that had little landing board activity, but they're loaded with bees. Look at that. So from the outside, you'd never guess.
I would not have guessed there would be any bees in there.
Yeah. So they're going. This is nice to see. So this is the first time it's been open since spring. Wow.
Right. Of course, there's the feeders.
Yeah. So let's just see what's going on here on the outside. Girls are being pretty gentle. Good frames are holding together. Sometimes I worry they really get jammed in there. pretty good.
And he's oozing.
Yeah. So I was trying to make sure that goes in, and I'll come right up and clean it up.
What do you think on that?
Yeah, I'd take this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So, bee brush is right there.
Brush them off a little bit.
You just kind of flick them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of an art. Like all this stuff.
Right.
This one might even be better.
It absolutely is an art.
Oh, wow. This is even better. Oh my goodness. So even like, as we pulled it out, we ripped the caps off a little bit there.
Oh yeah.
It's just so fat.
Now is that partly because it's not completely level?
It might be. Not too bad though. Yeah, so you got 100% almost on this side and maybe less on this side. So one of the reasons I'm encouraging some of these frames to be taken out is because the hives weren't level and the bees were building, a little strangely. So by extracting the honey, we'll be able to reset these. If you don't have a bunch more frames, do you want to leave in these feeders for now?
Yeah. Now, another one of these supers, I guess that's what you call them.
Yep.
Has a different kind of frame in it. It has
Just that?
it has a little bit at the very top.
That's fine. Yeah, they'll just build comb on that.
Now, is that something that we can add on top?
Yeah, what we could do, since we're going to quickly fill up your bin there. We'll pick one to add that box to, and the strongest one, and they'll just move right up.
Move on up.
Move.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, do we need to put on the first one that we opened up? We put a screen in there to keep the queen down.
Yep.
In the brood. Do we want to do that as we're going through these other hives?
Now I have 30 hives, so I use excluders because I don't have time to always check for queen. With 4 or 5 hives, you could leave it off if you want, but it's easier to have it on. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
So I'd probably just for now, until you get really good at spotting a queen.
Which I'm not.
Yeah, leave it on. Yeah.
Okay.
So we know she's not up there.
Is that something we'll want to do then on as we go through? Because I've got several of those good.
Yes.
Okay, I'll bring them out.
Yes.
And then I've got several of these supers that we can add too if we.
Oh, you do?
If you feel like we should.
Yeah. How many you got?
About 12.
Oh wow. 12 supers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll try to add one to each box.
Each one? Okay.
Yeah. We'll take a couple more frames and then we'll call it good and we'll add the supers. I didn't know you had that. That's great.
Where's the baby bees?
So here we got, this is brood.
Uh-huh.
So this dark cap stuff is all baby bees.
Oh, yes.
And see how there's so many, they're emerging.
Uh-huh.
There's some larvae in there. You can see them right there, white.
Yes, uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
they're capping
cool.
that over. So they're basically remaking this into a, nursery.
Right. They've got a little honey on the sides, like you were saying, and that's the food.
That's the food, so that's good. The only thing we're really not seeing here is pollen. That kind of makes sense based on what's going on.
Right.
But I just got sunflowers coming up finally. The little, finally opening up.
Right.
And so my bees are starting to get on the sunflower, so they'll get pollen again here. And we'll make sure we test at least one of these for varroa mite. I brought the stuff to do that.
Great, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. So here, this is that wonkiness. They're kind of building the cross frames a little.
Right.
So we're just going to split that up and let them rework it.
Is it good to have like a long butcher knife so that you can help separate? In fact, I could get one from the farmhouse.
You could. This thing is so handy though. Just does everything.
Right.
And I got another one if you want to.
I've got one too, actually.
Okay.
Just like that, only it's cleaner. Won't be, right? Hopefully.
Won't be for long. So this is what they're doing here is they are building to the bottom.
Right.
And then I kind of like his stuff because you can tell he tried this, he tried that.
Yeah.
All this stuff has a history.
Yeah.
I'm in a debate with myself right now. Do I go to the store and buy birds and air covers, or do I
what he was doing.
Alright, good.
Yeah, look at the noise here.
Look at that tube right through that wire.
So here's the wonky stuff they do.
See that?
Yep.
In this case, you just wanna get in there.
Now this is a dark comb. Is that
Chuck's asking some great questions about why comb is different colors, and just very inquisitive about everything. So that's a really good sign. I'm excited that Chuck's getting into beekeeping here many, many, many years after his father was into it, and he's quick on the draw here and learning. So I'm thinking that his hives are going to do really, really well. This is also a little bit of a key moment here. I think before this I've handed Chuck a frame to brush some bees off a frame of honey, and here is actually a frame with a little bit of brood and stuff on it. So first time doing that, kind of exciting. And now Chuck is breaking out the smoker and
Start with that entrance.
going crazy with it. So good for him.
Entrance.
Maybe a little too much smoke,
Now
but
you
hey,
can chill
these
a
bees
bit.
were a little wild, so we needed to smoke them.
There you go. And then just lightly across the top now. In between the frames a little. Oh, they're just coming. Why are you so hostile, girls? So one hive's not like the others.
Yeah, right. Is it a different kind of bee, do you suppose?
It could be. They could have requeened, got different genetics from another drone out there. But you see, they are starting to chill. That's probably good.
Okay.
Now we'll see if we can work. Hey, they got nice honey frames in here, I can tell you. Actually, you can smoke your everything if you want. It does help. Then you just have to smell like a campfire.
Right.
Keep going to the outside. Can you peek in there and just kind of look? You see what they're doing, a little occasional crisscross.
Yeah.
That's just boys that bad. They're not really
But depending on what else we see, since there's possibly more brood in here than anything, should we go with a super that will be dedicated for honey then, and not worry about maybe replace that one since that's pretty close? It's almost extractable, right?
Yeah, these three frames here though are pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay,
Pass
alright.
up on.
All right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Let me have you look at it.
All right.
You're gonna be amazed at how much honey you're gonna get.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, I'll hold that smoker if you like. Okay.
Same thing. They're building between the two.
So some stuff we gotta fix.
Oh my gosh, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So let's see, make sure it's capped on that side.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright. Here, I'll follow you.
They know which hive to go into.
Alright. We're getting there. We're going to put this one back together, put super on, be ready for fall flow, and we'll be done. And the remaining work will be to extract what we pulled and to level hives. So you notice this was a pretty angry hive. It was the only one we had to smoke, but as soon as we did, these bees chilled right out. So that's good. That's the behavior you want. If they didn't chill out after smoking, that's a problem. Screen.
Did I bring it?
It's right here.
Okay, I was gonna say, what did I do with it?
Got it.
Yeah, just a quick recap on this. I mean, we pulled a few frames of honey. You know, I think that's a good experience for a first-time beekeeper to have. So I think it was 5 or 6 frames, and they're going to go ahead and extract that, so that's great. And then that just gave us an opportunity to fix things, and that's what we need to do and get these hives re-leveled. And then we'll put supers on here, and through fall, guess what? We'll be good to go. So let me pause the video right here. These hives are actually on a perfectly preserved Kansas farm from the 1800s. And this is really something special. So these are things that you run into as a beekeeper when you're helping other beekeepers. So the owner, Chuck, was kind enough to give myself and my son a full tour of this farmhouse. So sit back and enjoy the tour. Imagine you're Dorothy trying to get back into her home when the tornado is coming, trying to save herself and Toto. Hopefully this is a glimpse into some history we don't see too often anymore. So please enjoy, and just a little bit of a side track from beekeeping, but I think you'll like it. So here we go. Look at that. So this is a house that's been being restored? Is that the best way to say it? Or preserved?
Yeah. Well, preserved, I think, because it never fell below a certain level as far as the... But yeah, we can walk through here if you want to take a look.
Check it out. So you said, what year was this house?
1987.
Oh, this is a very old house.
Yes, it is.
Okay, this is pretty amazing, JC. Check this out.
This is the old time way.
Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, I'm just looking around.
Well, compare what you got in your hand to this.
Yeah, I know.
Well, listen.
What's this called? I forget the name.
Phonograph.
Phonograph.
Is that wax?
I'm not sure. Resin of some kind. I don't think it'll melt though.
Yeah. So cool.
So anyway.
Isn't that so cool?
Yes.
And I think you said you bring the family out here. And you have,
That's our family get together place.
do you do like is it a yearly thing?
Yeah,
or?
usually Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Okay.
Then my little brother has a bed and breakfast down in Winfield's Barns at Timber Creek,
Okay.
and it's actually quite a bit larger. It's intended for weddings and reunions.
Okay.
And it's got a barn that's completely cleared out and cleaned up, and they use that for receptions and things. And then he's got the old stone quarry for Winfield is on the property, and so he's turned that into a chapel. And so a lot of
Okay.
the outdoor weddings are down there in the stone quarry. That's
So
kind of fun.
you know that old it's the painting, John Curry, Tornado over Kansas. It's a very famous painting where you see the tornado, just the families getting the chickens and their dog, and they're going into the cellar, which is when I pulled up, the other day, it's exactly like that. I just had that image pop in my head.
We can show him that cellar too. Yeah, that's an old time lamp. That's how they had their light. It's oil. Of course, this one's been converted to electricity. It's got a cord, but
Which is pretty amazing. This house has central air.
Oh, I'm just looking around.
yeah, that's the old telephone.
Does it still work or?
Yeah, it would. It's not hooked up, but you put that to your ear and you talk in there.
Cool.
When was this made?
About 1901, 1910, in that range.
Here, and JC, if you wanted to do your laundry, you'd have to take your clothes and rub it on that board with some soap.
Oh, thank goodness for modern convenience.
That would be your auger action. That's not all happened.
Get your exercise.
I
Yeah,
think-
we're getting ready to take the caps off this. In fact, the question I had.
Oh, I sent you a what?
The knife there.
Wow, look at that.
You don't see those very often. It's like a tornado, but it's not as strong. created by variance in temperature.
Look, it's coming right off the field over here.
Oh, thank goodness it's not very strong.
You see those in the desert. Look at that. Woo! Well, that's good timing.
You know, and I've run out in the field and jumped in one of those. You don't want to do that in dirt field because you get it in your mouth, your ears, your eye.
JC, run out there.
I would prefer.
Woo! Feel that? Woo! I thought I brought the camera.
Right past us here.
This place is full of surprises.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. I enjoy that.
Look at all that.
So I got more cinder blocks for the
Okay.
hives. I figure I'd stack them up, you know, 2 high, maybe 14 inches you were saying.
Yeah, 16 to 18,
Or 16,
but
okay.
that's probably close enough.
Yeah, well,
It's skunks.
I've got it to where I can stack it 3 high, so I figured that would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to take a look at the root cellar.
Just hold this like right here. See that? There you go, that's it. So you'd come down here and ride out the storm. But the other real purpose was what? You probably store like preserves.
Root cellar.
It's
Or I think potatoes and carrots.
Oh, that sort of thing.
There you go. Looks like it was originally limestone blocks here, huh? And then they covered it with cement.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
cool.
The foundation is limestone blocks, hand hewn, and same way with the barn. He'd probably like the chickens too. In fact, I've got to go feed the chickens, so maybe he'd enjoy. Yep, there you go.
Can you pull on that end while I lift it out a little? Just slide it. A little more. A little more. There we go. That's good. See, he's got all his bee stuff in here.
Oh, and a bunch of other. Ooh, an old stove.
Yeah, see that? So look at that.
No, the chickens just being chickens.
Look at some of this stuff. So like, you know, the kit I have for putting that comb into the boxes automatically, this is the same thing except probably from the 50s or 60s.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Hi.
same idea.
I assume so. Is that high?
You still gotta be.
Hey, come over here. Hello? Yeah.
You like that?
I feel slightly awkward.
Here, look over here. Old barn there.
Oh, I'm old, man.
And there's where that's a grain silo there, that big cylinder.
And the chickens are a bit busy.
Yeah. I see the old windmill.
Yep.
So that's for water. Hey, I wonder if it still pumps.
Hey, does this still work? Hey, not to be rude, does the water on this still work? Does the water on this still work?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So what would happen, JC? Think about it. Hey, JC, think about it.
How do I?
Well, it's a wind.
Oh.
We'll do one thing better. If you want to grab this and hold it for me, just reach through. Down in here. Now take a look down there. That goes all the way to the bottom.
Oh my.
You see? Can you see it? There's water.
Wow.
You see that water? 85 feet down.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to fall down there.
Did you see that? You see the water?
I see it.
Wowee.
Look at that.
It goes all the way down to water. Now, guys, that is hand dug and stone lined all the way down there. Can you imagine the work that went into that?
Yep.
And that was one of the That was
Got it?
one of the most common ways people died on the farm back then.
Oh, really?
Falling in there.
Collapsing in?
But when you got down to the bottom, there wasn't any air, was there?
No, there's very little air.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they had to
Pump air
pump
in,
air
I
and
guess.
everything
I don't
so
know.
the person could breathe. Are you hot?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
But this is, did you look in here? This is how they
Go ahead.
refrigerated
Let's take a look. See your neighbor out here, family?
Yeah.
I'm James.
James,
I
yeah.
help with the bees, so.
Nice to meet you, yeah.
Lucky I forgot my bag. I would have gotten any of this. This is great.
Come in, fill this because I have to seal it yet.
Seal it. Mm-hmm.
But it would come in about 45 degrees out of the ground, and it would go out, and the pipe used to go all the way over to the stock tank, and then it would fill the stock tank, and then it would overflow, and then water the pasture out there.
Oh, okay. So you get the
Wow.
Triple action on it.
yeah.
But that was the only way they had to refrigerate, was having well water coming up.
So just the constant
Constant
flow.
flow, as long as there was wind. Now there's barely enough, it might turn, but very slowly.
Yeah.
Just a little breeze.
hardly.
Cool. Look at these old. Yep.
And Nancy, do you know what a cream separator looks like? Well, there's a full-size one, and you may have noticed. You may
This
have
one?
noticed, and it works.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And there's one that's a counter version.
You had something in your
Yeah.
house, didn't you? Mm-hmm.
It's a counter cream separator.
What's the big this cylinder over here for?
Oh, that was to pasteurize milk. They build
So
a fire
you-
under that and pasteurize it.
Oh, I've never seen that, but I've seen all this here.
Chuck, you want this closed?
As much as it will, you want to put it closed. I've got to do some work on the wall there. Just give it a pull till it locks.
There we go. What do you think, JC?
I rather like this.
Oh, the rooster not so much, but he'll leave you alone.
Okay.
Oh, he's pretty though, isn't he?
They're excited because of the food.
Yeah, exactly.
JC, you see how the feeder's out there? So that it flows down through the center and comes out the bottom as they peck out the food?
Yeah.
They still have feed, but I like to keep it semi-full.
Please don't attack me.
Where are they laying eggs? On the other side?
You want to
Oh,
pull
just
that,
underneath there?
pull that back and take a look behind
Will they attack me for
Nope.
that?
Go for it.
Going near their egg.
No, they won't hurt you.
it. Let's see if they've got any egg laid.
It's probably too
Go
hot
ahead.
anyway.
Gently, JC. 2 hands.
Oh,
Oh yeah, they have eggs. Oh, okay. I don't want.
there's a whole bunch.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Say
I
you're
would
not
approach
supposed to.
Probably, yeah.
So they're not sure why.
But they're famous now.
Yeah, boy, are their combs red.
Okay, let's go take
They're
a
being
look.
fed well. They're
Let's go
big,
take a look at
not
all the
short on
babies. So
nutrition,
all of
but-
these on the other side, these chickens have. Oh,
Yeah, those are young.
Boy, it's great to get.
Always. There's a door that goes over the other.
Oh.
They lay their
Oh.
eggs. They lay their eggs.
Oh,
Look at them. They're not even babies anymore, are
Oh,
they?
That one is precious.
two
Hello, little guy.
two eggs. Let's give them some of this.
Shouldn't they have more sunlight?
We'll encourage them to go out here. It's hot, so they're in the shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh, they look so cute.
Hello. Oh, hi. Okay, I'm still worried if I try to pet one,
Nothing
it'll
over
bite me.
here.
Well, little ones, huh? Some are they're getting bigger.
Oh,
Though.
hello. I'm your friend.
You want to talk some more out there?
Oh, sure, as long as it makes them happy.
No leaving. Don't let the hawks get you.
Oh, that would just be tragic, wouldn't it?
Oh, don't leave. Stay in the. The door's closed. Good.
Oh.
Yeah, now, can you pick out the bird that's not a chicken out of this group? Take a look and see if you can pick one out that's not a chicken.
That one?
You're right. That's a guinea.
Oh.
You know what a guinea's good for?
What?
Ticks. They love ticks. So when it gets older, full grown,
Oh.
Really?
when that guinea gets full grown, I'm going to let him run around and get ticks for it.
We got
Plenty of water, and it looks like they may have plenty.
Hey, yeah. Well, we're doing a little Carps Bees extracurricular activity. So we got the bees and the chickens. Where'd the guinea go? There's the guinea over there.
And the old wood burning stove, that would be a job.
We got eggs.
Open it up. Let's see.
Uh,
So you know where those. Now you know where eggs come from.
really?
Well,
They came from chickens.
yeah, but look, they're different color, right? These are fresh eggs. How fresh are these eggs?
Probably pretty fresh.
Probably delayed last night or today. Okay. Good stuff.
It's very nice to meet the chickens.
And that's Chuck. Chuck Rudd. You don't see that every day.
No, we do not.
Okay, we got any more orders while we've been sitting here? And we head home.